So students, as far as the concept of this topic is concerned, planning is always deciding in advance that what is to be done and how it is to be done. Such is the importance of this topic, the very first and the foremost function, that it is commonly said that failing to plan leads a plan for failing. So it is very important, and when we see further, let's begin with the types of features it carries. As you know students, planning is a part of management only. So even if you don't remember the features specifically relating to the planning, you can always write the features of management as you already know. We have discussed earlier that features of management include GGMP, CID. So that also fits in here, and very surprisingly there will be points which will match with that of the features of management. So let's begin this topic on page number 95 of your NCERT, that is features of planning. Now an easy way in the form of acronym to learn this is very simple. Just remember we can call it as OPP. Generally this short form is used to denote opposite. DMFC. See students, very easy to remember. FC, football clubs. DM, we can call it as Delhi versus Mumbai, and they are teaming oppositely. They are in the opposite teams, and there's a match today, you can remember like this, where Delhi FC will be competing with Mumbai FC, and therefore its opposite DMFC. So these are the features of planning. They are 7 in number, as you can see, the 7 letters. And when we talk about each of them one by one, we'll see some important points from NCERT that you must include in order to cover up these points. So first one being O, standing for objectives. Planning necessarily focuses on a particular goal of management, and thereby it works on those specific goals, and plans are set purposefully to meet up those specific goals. So without goal, without an aim, without an objective, there is no meaning to whatever we plan. So this is O. Then the 2 P's, in that we can say that first P standing for taking it as a primary function. As we have already discussed, this is the first and the foremost function. In POS DC we start with the letter P, that is planning. So it is the base for the functions of management, and whenever we start, we have to start with planning as the first process, because failing to plan leads to planning to fail. So the third P is pervasive, as we have seen in the features of management as well. They are pervasive at all levels, in all departments, in all sorts of organization. We can see the prevalence of planning. So this covers OPP, opposite, you can remember like this. Now DMFC. So for D, you can take students that planning always helps in decision making, it leads to decision making. So D is somewhere connected with decisions, and we'll see it from the book that what all things need to be written under this point, that planning involves decision making. See, there is always few choices available, so it involves all the choices and all the alternatives, and finally the manager needs to select the best course of action which can lead to fruitful results. So it is definitely with the aim of working towards a decision and applying it throughout the organization. Now if we call M, we'll see that planning is a mental exercise, because actually we are not implementing any plans, it is just in our mind that we are creating some roadmap, some using some foresights and intelligent imaginations, we are creating some plans for the future, that how exactly we are going to proceed in a logical and systematic manner to achieve our goals. Now FC, F represents planning being futuristic, that is relating to the future, preparing for the upcoming future. And since future is highly uncertain, highly unpredictable, then therefore we have to have some forecasts on the basis of assumptions regarding the future, which we'll read about in the process of planning. And the C, last point from letter C, actually stands for planning being a continuous function just like management, because it is always the plans specific, may be specific for a particular month, for a particular quarter or for a year. There can be some plans that are standing plans and can be used over and over again, but continuity of planning is definitely required, because again I will end up with saying that failing to plan leads to planning to fail. So that's why it's very important. So features, students, you can always remember as opposite DMFC, where you can relate it with a story that Delhi Football Club versus Mumbai Football Club, they are playing opposite to each other. But if we see the points, they are opposite, O representing objectives, P primary function, next P as pervasive, and DMFC, D involving decision making, M a mental exercise, F representing its futuristic approach, and C calling the planning to be a continuous function.